That thing isn't lost. Oh, you're already filming. That's exactly why, because we need to figure out how to get that beep on there. I mean, you know, after Kelly's, not believing that the beeps worked with dogs, she's desperately, don't you see, that's my karma. That's my karma for saying something to that guy about tones don't work. They really don't. They really don't, Katrina. Marble! So what we're doing, you guys, with these dogs is introing the collar. I will tell you what you do. If someone wanted to really gain my respect around dogs, it really would be to be in the presence of dogs. Sort of like on Star Trek, when they went back in time and stuff, they weren't allowed to alter the dynamic. Because what happens is people want to interject themselves into a dynamic with the dog, and they create this, strange dynamic, flopping their arms around and all that. I mean, then they wonder why the dog jumps around. It's almost impossible for people, and that's in a way why people can't train dogs. You've either got the people that want to over-interject themselves in the situation, or the people that have, and Carol, the way John was doing that day, standing off over the side with his arms folded. Hey! Very aggressive. Knock it off! 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 I can tell you my nick isn't high enough on this one, but I'm going to tell you what I was doing. Stop. I was getting everybody with the nick. I'm getting ready to get this one again because he's not getting the hint. And you really want to limit how much of that you do in the beginning, but I can tell you dog fights are pretty commonplace. You may want to do that if you don't want to dog fight. All right, and because this one actually is playing the role of Roscoe. All right, watch. Listen, toesies. Marble! Irish! Good boys! Good boys! Good boys! Good. So that was just my pager. People have some reality, though, that, large dogs, even if they're only mildly aggressive, could possibly be a problem. Come on. Let's go see what the fish is doing. Marble! Good boy! I spun him before that water. I made, good boy! Good boy! Made it a point. You really just don't want to, again, stand there like a statue. I was making it like something was going on. I'm not sure what it was, but it was, I seemed to be going around behind the gate or whatever. All right, come on. She had me fooled. But you always want to produce that expectation. If there's a barrier, that's why we always kind of do it right there by the gate. Or the water. If there's a barrier, that's when you do want to practice being able to call the dog before that barrier. All right, come on. And what I want you guys to think of, there's my fish. Oh my God, I just saw a baby jumping fish. Crystal, I swear I did. It was an itty teeny tiny one. Unless it was just jumping for its life. Oh, there's my back right there. Yeah, he missed it. He didn't know what it was. See how I make this? I'm just like people with their dog. Oh, he did know. He'll do it this time. Where'd he go? There he is right there. Oh, look, he moved up. Did you see that? Saw my hand signal. Look what I got going on right there. Marble! Good boy. Good boy. Marble! Good boy. Good boy. I made every intention, and that's what you guys have to do in the beginning, and I know it's hard, because I mean, all of you don't have this much land to work with, but you've got to be creative. I mean, I remember before I moved out here, I mean, that was a long time ago, there was actually some old video footage of that. If we could find that, that would be, you know, like throwback or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be cool. So, you know, but I was making it clear to that dog that I was leaving. There was a purpose. I wasn't going to just stand there like a statue, you know, and scream to the dog and have a sense of entitlement that this dog is going to come to me. All right, I'm going to get that big dog. Irish, good boy, good boy. And I'm going to tell you partly the reason that works so well, Carol. There's my fish, Barney. You got it. Was because earlier when he was jumping around me trying to get it, I didn't have any reaction. I didn't, oh, here boy, like me. It made it more appealing. That's why he said to himself right there, and you could see the smile on his face when he felt that pager, you know, time for the prizes. And that's what it's got to be to them. It's got to be, you know, winning the prize, you know, not just you doling out the treats. All right, so I'm going to get this other one I'm going to use. Oh, no, more of my psychic callings. One of you guys, well, that I should probably upload it by now. The psychic, you know, that's what would probably go viral. Trainer is able, I could probably sell it. What's that tabloid rag that had that article about Thimble that one time?
Yeah.
Trainer uses telepathy to communicate with the deaf dog. You saw it for yourself, Crystal.
Yeah. Twice.
You would be she'd be a source for the magazine. She's not twice, you've seen it dozens of times.
No, I know.
Dozens, if not hundreds, it's commonplace. All right, watch, I'm gonna make it. Marble! Good boy, good. You really do want to add motion. I'm gonna tell you, he's a bit of a porker, this one. He would have a tendency, if you wanted to enter a contest of the slowest recall, you know, he would be a better candidate. Not that they even have that, but I could make one up myself for some of the stuff I've seen. But on YouTube, that is. You know, you've got to add motion with one like that in the beginning. You know, Truffles would not be a good candidate. She's got a lot more food there. And I'll tell you, because Marble lived on a horse farm, and I can tell you, to a dog, horse manure is treats. You know, if there was some here right now and we let all the dogs, it would be gone. I'll tell you where it would be gone. And so, you know, dogs like that aren't going to be like, you're like, okay, where's she coming up with this? All right, see how I'm just ignoring him, Carol? I'm not moving my hand. I'm not even doing anything. I'm not having any reaction. I mean, to me, you know, that's really the mark of somebody that's good around dogs, is that they can enter a dynamic with dogs and not, you know, I gotta go find that old episode. Do you ever used to watch the old Star Trek, Crystal?
No.
She's gonna have to get up so she can have these pop culture references. Anyway, it was with William Shatner, and he was good looking back then. I mean, I think my dream was Captain Kirk. I mean, my God. Yeah, this guy now, repulsive, keep him away. You know, like he'd even call me. Like he even watches my show. But, you know, they would go to these different planets or whatever, and it was the Federation law or whatever. They weren't allowed to, you know, interject themselves into the dynamic at all to change things. You know, it was very insightful and everything, but because it was kind of futuristic, saying it was kind of the opposite of a police state. You know what I mean? It was so evolved even back then in the show that they weren't allowed to, you know, it wasn't like they were stormtroopering into these places. They weren't even allowed. It was against the Federation law. Crystal's like, what? I'm telling you. There's Star Trek. Haven't you ever seen Big Bang Theory where they're all into Star Trek? See what's happening. I'm going to tell you part of what I'm doing today, training these dogs, is having no reaction when they waggle over to me. That's not what I'm training them to do. I'm not training them to waggle over to me. I'm training them to come when they're called with that pager. All right, you just missed it, the big jumping fish.
I heard
All right, oh, she's so disappointed. There's one thing Crystal loves. It's the jumping fish. All right, you guys, we got to go. Bye.